Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 302. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another dynamic show in store for you. Today's show topic is entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. Entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. Now, we have a big announcement today, guys. We're doing this show live on video. So if you want to watch me doing the show live, go to my YouTube channel, go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and it's episode number 302. Now, everything I'm about to talk about, I want to make sure if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. And all of the links and everything we're going to talk about today are going to be below, and you can click on those appropriate links. Now, before we start today's episode, I do want to share a few other things with the BEB family. First and foremost, if you are a first-time listener to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and my free resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses, HireBlackFreelancers.com, and BeSmartByBlack.com. So stick around and you'll get all that information. It's also under the video below. You can click on any of those links if you're watching on YouTube. Now, today's show topic, entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. Now, we all know this pandemic could never have been predicted. But here's what I will tell you. You should have been ready anyway. You should have been ready anyway. And we're going to talk about 8 things that you should have learned from this coronavirus pandemic. But first, let's look at the impact of the coronavirus as it pertains to business and also to personal interests. First and foremost, you know, so many businesses have been shut down. If you were in the retail food sector, restaurants, my God, they've taken a tremendous bath. The servers at the restaurants have taken a tremendous bath. And a lot of people in this economy right now are filing for unemployment, more so than at any other time in recent history. There's even people, unfortunately, that don't have food and can't pay their bills right now. So this pandemic has just exacerbated people's situations. And if you were in a bad situation, it's worse. If you were in a good situation, it's now maybe okay. If you're in a great situation, it's probably good right now. So this pandemic has just exacerbated everything. And once again, you couldn't predict this. But as an entrepreneur, you always have to be ready. All right. And we're going to talk about today 8 lessons that you should have learned from the coronavirus. And these are in no particular order. Number 1. And I say this all the time, guys, never have only one stream of income. 1 is the worst number for any business. If you have one stream of income and it gets shut down, guess what? You got 0, nothing, nada. So you want to make sure you have more than one stream of income. Okay, so even if you're working in corporate America and you're looking to transition from employee to entrepreneur, your side hustle should be your second source of income. You should always have more than one income. I don't care if you're an employee or an entrepreneur. If you own a business right now and you're only working off of one stream of income, that's not good. I'm going to tell you a quick story about my mortgage business when I had that before the crash in 2008. And it was a multi-million-dollar mortgage business, over 50 plus employees, millions of dollars in revenues generated a month. Everything was going great. I had all of my money and all of my income based on being the owner of the mortgage company. What do you think happened when the mortgage company basically fell off the cliff with the financial disaster of 2008? I lost all my income. Now, it's so funny, it's ironic because my partners and I had talked about investing in other things. Yeah, I was flipping a couple properties here and there along the way, but nothing substantial that would give me a consistent income. And so when I lost that, I basically lost all my income. And that was the second time I almost lost it all. And, God willing, I was able to make a comeback. But lesson number one, never only have one stream of income. One is the worst number. All right. Number two, you should start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. Let me repeat that. You should start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. Okay, so we have a lot of people right now trying to make a quick buck. Oh man, I'm going to go get some masks from China. I'm just going to jump on Alibaba, get some masks from China, and then I'm going to sell it on Amazon, and I'm going to sell it to hospitals, schools, and all of that. Guess what, family? If large corporations, government contractors, and everybody else are having a hard time getting masks from China, what makes you think you're going to get a mask from China and be able to put it up? Now, not saying that you can't get them, but if you want to get them in bulk, that's very hard. So number two, you should start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. And so I get people asking me all the time, man, when is the best time to start a business? It's right now. It's any time that you have that desire to start a business, that's when. You cannot time the market. When I was a stockbroker, people used to say, oh, I want to buy at the lowest and sell at the highest. There's no such thing as market timing. The way you make money in the stock market and as an entrepreneur is being in business. If you want to make money in the stock market, you got to be in the stock market. You can't be thinking about it. If you want to make money as an entrepreneur, you have to be an entrepreneur, not thinking about it. To be, do. 6 letters, 3 words, and it means everything. To be something, you got to do something. That means you got to take action. So you should start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. So when you're talking about market timing, right? Once again, just be in the game. So when I was a stockbroker, I used to tell people all the time, because people would come to me, my clients, yeah, I want to get out at the highest point. And the question I used to ask them was, well, how do you know when it's at the highest point? It's after it comes down, right? Okay then. So how am I going to get out at the tippy top, tip top, if I don't know what the top is until it comes down? So number two, you start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. As soon as your brain kicks on and you say, hey man, I need to have a second stream of income or start a full-time business, that's when you start a business, okay? Now, number three, if you were in the process of starting the business when the coronavirus started, continue to push forward. Do not pause, okay? And I'm going to tell you about this. Do not pause to see what happens, okay? That's what most people are doing right now, and it's totally counterproductive to your success. So be ready to profit when things get back to normal. Position yourself for success right now. You see, a lot of times as new entrepreneurs and prospective entrepreneurs, we always let the outside get in the way. So if you're in the process of starting a business and, oh man, the coronavirus is here now, I can't do nothing, I got to put everything on pause, that is the wrong thing to do. You need to be digging in deep. I was talking to one of my former coaching students, and we were just doing a little one-on-one yesterday, and he was saying, yeah, man, a lot of the people in the group are putting their thing on pause. And I told him, I said, brother, that's the worst thing to do. I said, position yourself for success, okay? So while everybody else is on pause, you need to be doing what you're doing, okay? Take this time. If you've been laid off, you don't have any income, I get it, but use that time. Don't let the time use you. You know, I always used to tell my kids, it doesn't matter. A year is going to pass by. So it doesn't matter if you sit on the couch for a year. It doesn't matter if you do whatever you want for a year. That year is going to pass by. And once that year passes by, the question is, are you going to be in the same place you were at the beginning of the year as you were at the end of the year? So that time is still going to go by. The question is, what are you going to do with your time? It's just like people that go to prison. You either do the time or you let the time do you. Come out better on the other end. And that's what we're talking about. Number three, if you're in the process of starting a business when the coronavirus started, continue to push forward because everybody else is going to put their stuff on pause. So what does that do? That gives you an opportunity. You have an opportunity right now with this coronavirus that's unprecedented. It's unprecedented. And if you're blessed enough to be able to still make money from your job or whatever, unemployment, while you have free time, you need to leverage that time. Stop playing games, family. Stop playing games. And today we're talking about entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. Number 4, always have an income stream for a good economy, an income stream for a bad economy, and an income stream for a neutral economy. All right? You're going to need 3 income streams eventually. You start with 1. So you want an income stream when everything is good. So when everything is good, a lot of times people start buying luxury items. They start using their disposable income in different ways. So for example, if the economy is doing great, people may travel more, okay? People may buy larger homes. They may buy new vehicles. They may buy jewelry. So you got to have an income for a good economy. So in a good economy, there's surplus. People are looking for ways to spend their money, all right? Now, let's look at a bad economy, all right? Bad economy, a lot of people are jacked up just like they are right now. But what are some of the things that you can provide them, services and or products you can provide them that will allow you to make money, okay? I talked about this, I believe, on last week's podcast. One of the things is how to make money, right? So if it's a bad economy, you lost your job or you don't have income coming in, what's something you can teach somebody? What is a business that's going to make money in a bad economy? If you're a foreclosure attorney, you're going to make money in a bad economy. If you clean out foreclosed houses, you're going to make money in a bad economy. If you're a smart real estate investor, you're going to make money in a bad economy, okay? Now, let's talk about a neutral economy. A neutral economy is not good, it's not bad, it's just general. So it doesn't really affect your business per se if it's a neutral economy, but you need to make sure you have 3 sources of income. And it could be the same one. So if you're an attorney, right, you may do closings, right? If you're helping people sell houses, you're doing closings. So even in a great economy, you're making money, all right? In a bad economy, you may be doing bankruptcies. So you're making money in a bad economy too, all right? So that's number 4. Always have an income stream for a good economy, an income stream for a neutral economy, and an income stream for a bad economy. Number 5, always be building assets for your business, even if you don't use them right away. What do I mean by that? An asset is something that you can sell. It's something that has value. So an email list, for example, all right? Physical products, online courses. And this is just a personal example. I've created so many online courses right now that I haven't even dropped, okay? Oh, and that reminds me too. Also, if you want to get into YouTube, if you want to be able to learn how to make money with YouTube ads, and I'm glad that sparked that thing, I got a course that I just dropped. I'm trying something new on Udemy. Normally, my courses come out on my own platform. I'm trying something new on Udemy. So if you go to BEBYoutubeads.com, BEB, like Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, YouTubeads.com, you can go and take my YouTube Ads 2020. And I'm telling you, it's 21 videos. It's a dynamic course. It teaches you about how to set up your YouTube account, your Google Ads account, how to create successful winning YouTube ads. And it's normally $49.99, but on Udemy, they have a promo right now for the course, and it's only $12.99. It's like 75% off. So if you ever wanted to learn anything about YouTube ads and level up your business, go to BEBYoutubeads.com. It's going to take you to the Udemy page, Udemy, which is an online marketplace for course creators and people that want to learn things. BEBYoutubeads.com. It's only $12.99. Take advantage of it, and please make sure after you take the program, you leave a 5-star review because the course is bomb, especially for $12.99. All right? So BEBYoutubeads.com. Let me get back to what I was saying. So always be building assets for your business, which is number 5. All right? And even if you don't use them right away. So I mentioned to you, I've got several courses, online courses that I've created that I have never released yet to the general public. Now, a lot of times what I'll do, I'll use those courses as an add-on. Okay, so if you buy this, I'll throw this course in. But I'm always building assets, okay? Even with my physical product brands. I'm building a brand right now that hasn't come out that I've been working on. Okay, so you always want to build assets. And I talked about building your list as an asset. If you're not building a list for your business, guess what? You're going to be out of business. The money is in the list, family. You got to build your email list, your database. And I'm going to say it one more time, and I know you're probably tired of listening to this, but when Borders Bookstore went out of business, Barnes & Nobles bought their database out of bankruptcy. They didn't buy the physical buildings. They didn't buy the books. They bought their database. That tells you how important the database is. Your database is the most important asset of your business. And so when you see these guys, quote unquote gurus, talking about doing $1 million launches, the only difference between their launch for a product or service and your launch for a product or service is the list. So if you got 53 people on your list and 26 of them are your family and friends versus somebody that has 10,000 people on their list and they launch, it's just a function of the numbers. They have 10,000 people, they get, 10% of the people, that's 1,000 people that take the offer. You got 53 people, you get 10% of the people take your offer, that's 5.3 people. Okay? You do the math. All right? So that's number 5. And we're talking about entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. Number 6, and this is real big, family, control as much as the vertical integration as possible. All right? Control as much of the vertical integration as possible. So if you're getting product from China right now, if you're in the physical products business, if the factories in China were slowing down, basically your manufacturing would stop, right? That means you can't control the manufacturing. You could have orders out there for, thousands of dollars just sitting there, but because you don't control your the vertical integration from production all the way to distribution, that means your ass out, okay? So, excuse the French. But yeah, you got to control as much of the vertical integration as possible. So some of the type products or services, you can control that because you're creating that. But some of the products that you can create that you can manufacture, and I'm actually going to do a podcast on this, like small manufacturing companies. So say you do something with woodworking. You can create wood frames. You can manufacture wooden frames. You can manufacture wood art. You can manufacture those plaques that you see, God bless this home, whatever. The Jones family lives here. You can manufacture all types of things with wood. You can manufacture all types of things with fabric. Okay, you can make pillowcases. These are easy manufacturing ideas that you can take and control the vertical. Okay, there's sewing shops all throughout the United States. Okay, you can create a contract out with a contract sewing shop. You can create pillowcases. You can create cloth baby carriers. You can create scarves. You can create whatever you want. So you talk about wood, you talk about fabric, and also liquids. So that's a very easy type of business to manufacture. So once again, say if you do scrubs or face wash or something like that, you can create that manufacturing component right in your basement or garage. Okay. Now, if it's topical or stuff like that, you're not going to be able to sell on Amazon because you're not going to be on an FDA approved facility. But other things, you'll be able to do that in terms of your scrubs or whatever. So if you have your own shop on Shopify, and just like my cousin does, and she's selling face scrubs and body butters and all of that, she's selling direct from there. Bam. She doesn't have to worry about FDA or anything like that. That's a whole nother thing. But that's number 6. And today, guys, we're talking about entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. But before we finish up with the last 2 and close the show out, I just want to give you guys all my contact information and resource links. Now, it's a whole lot, but let's start here. My new book, A New Black Wall Street. I just showed it to you before. Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're interested in building a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, go to anewblackwallstreet.com. pick yourself up a copy. It's $14.95 plus shipping and handling for the physical copy, $9.95 for the digital version. Now, I've created a new online course titled Brand Builder Academy Elite, BBAelite.com. Now, this is my educated e-commerce course on steroids. And BBA Elite is a 12-week implementation program that has your curriculum, it has a community, and it has coaching. So it has the 3 things that you need to be successful with online implementation programs. So BBAelite.com, Brand Builder Academy Elite. BBAelite.com, just go there, fill out the information. It'll take you to an information page. Now, what that is, if you want to build a physical product, if you want to build a digital product, or if you want to build a service, this is anything e-commerce, BBAelite.com, and use the code BBAelite100. And because of the coronavirus, it's going to make the price $97. BBAelite.com. Use the coupon code BBAelite100, and it will save you $100 off the $197 price because of the coronavirus, $97. And you get bi-weekly group coaching from me. You have a community where you can connect with other people in the program, and obviously the curriculum. Also, I mentioned at the top of the show, BeSmartByBlack.com. So you know Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is all about the economic development and empowerment of the Black community and circulating those dollars. So BeSmartByBlack.com is a platform for any Black product producer that wants to put their information on there to share with Black consumers worldwide, and it's free. So all you do is upload your information, your product information, and now you can connect with Black consumers worldwide that are looking to buy Black-owned products. BeSmartByBlack.com. Now, for all you freelancers, people who do stuff on Fiverr.com, Freelancer.com, I didn't forget about you guys. I got a platform for you titled HireBlackFreelancers.com, H-I-R-E, BlackFreelancers.com. Once again, it is free. Upload your freelance skill and connect with Black consumers and Black businesses that want to hire Black freelancers. And the reason I started this one was I was looking for a videographer in Philly to do some stuff, and I couldn't find a Black videographer. And I said, man, this doesn't make sense. So that's why I created HireBlackFreelancers.com. Also, if you want me to eventually come out to speak, because right now it's crazy, you can go to bookjjones.com, fill out the short form, and I'll get right back to you. Now, let me give you my social media contact information. And all of this, if you're watching this on YouTube, is below you. So make sure you can click the appropriate link. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because I have additional content that comes out on YouTube that does not come out on the show. And also hit the like button. So if anything long you want to get at me, hit me at my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, what is that? Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, jjones001. JAYJONES001. Instagram, jjones4real. JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, once again, go to YouTube, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Hit that subscribe and that like button. Make sure you connect with me on YouTube. A lot more videos coming. LinkedIn, just go look for J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. If you want to be included in the BEB text line for notifications and special reminders, text BEB to 555-888. BEB to 555-888. Now, that was a mouthful, and I don't expect you to remember all of that. So if you're on YouTube right now, click any of the links below, the appropriate links. If you're listening to this anywhere else on the podcast or anywhere else, go to BEBconnect.com. BEB, like Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, connect.com. And that will have all of the links. It's a page on my webpage, and it'll have all the links and free resources, entrepreneur resources, okay? We got a couple of free training videos up there, all types of stuff. So go to BEBconnect.com. That was a mouthful. We about to get back at it. All right. Once again, entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. We just finished number 6, control as much of the vertical integration as possible. Number 7, when most people zig, you should zag. Okay? Sometimes moving against the current is the best thing for your business. See, this kind of goes back to the example I was talking about before. Number 3, if you're starting your business during the coronavirus, a lot of people are putting it on pause. So if a lot of people are putting it on pause, you need to do the exact opposite. All right. So when most people zig, you need to zag, because you're not thinking like they're thinking. Okay. You're an entrepreneur. You think differently than somebody else. Okay. So people are motivated, just to give you some statistical data. People are motivated by 2 things. Okay. Fear and love. Okay. Fear of pain and the want of gain. So most people move away from pain, where entrepreneurs move toward pleasure. So it's actually pain and pleasure. So most people avoid pain. That's the general public. Entrepreneurs move toward pleasure. Okay. So once again, when most people zig, you should zag. So that's how you make money. So while they're over there putting everything on pause, you as the smart entrepreneur are getting it in, and you're going to position yourself for success when all of this madness is over. That's number 7. When people zig, you should zag. All right. Do what entrepreneurs do. See what the shirt said? Entrepreneurs do it better. The reason we do it better is because we think differently. All right. And last but not least, number 8. This is a big one, guys. Ask yourself, how can you profit from the after effects of the coronavirus? All right. What new behavioral changes are people going to make that you can profit from? And I said it before. Don't try to start now trying to bring in 500,000 masks from China, right? You think you're going to go on Alibaba and get 500,000 masks. That's not going to happen, okay? You got government contract people that have been doing this for 20 years. We're having problems doing it. You have multi-billion-dollar, multinational corporations that are having problems getting masks. Yeah, you may be able to get 100 or 200, maybe 1,000 or whatever, and it's going to take time. I got a shipment coming right now, and just for personal use, and that thing has been tied up for probably about 2 weeks right now. So number 8, ask yourself, how can you profit from the after effects from coronavirus? Okay? Not trying to jump in now because it's too late. What's going to be the behavioral changes that people are going to make after all of this calms down that you can profit from? That's how an entrepreneur thinks. I told you guys before, entrepreneurs do 3 things: think, create, and execute. Thinking is the easiest, creating is harder, and the execution, that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where most people fall and they can't do it. So think, create, and execute. What type of behavioral changes are people going to make that's going to allow you to be profitable after post-COVID-19, post-coronavirus pandemic? That's where you need to be thinking, okay? So number 1, people are going to be more germ conscious. So how can you profit from that? Are you going to start manufacturing hand sanitizer? Are you going to start doing other type things? Are you going to start teaching people how to be safe? So remember, there's only 6 things you can sell, guys. All right. Now, there's a million things you can sell under each of these verticals, but your physical products, your digital products, or your services, somebody else's physical products, somebody else's digital products, and somebody else's services. It's only 6 things, guys. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's only 6 things you can sell. Now, under those 6 different things, there's thousands of different things that can be under there, but those are the 6 generalized compartments, okay? And when you're selling somebody else's stuff, it's usually via an affiliate. So somebody else's physical or digital products or whatever, mostly digital products are affiliates. Physical products, you could buy somebody's stuff wholesale and then resell it. But once again, ask yourself, how can you profit from the after effects of coronavirus? This is a question that you need to ask yourself. And like I said, everybody and their grandmom is going to try to be bringing in masks and all types of shields and all types of stuff like that. All right. Think a little bit outside of the box. What's the natural behavior going to be? Now, people may continue to wear masks. I know they probably will for a long time. All right. But I told you guys before, human nature. If you could understand human nature, you can make money. Human nature is one of the greatest forces out there. Okay. Human nature says that most people will do what they want before what they need. They'll do something pleasurable as opposed to doing something that's more painful, even though it may be good for them. So exercise, right? Eating right. We know better. Definitely, I know better. I need to eat better. I need to exercise more. I know that's going to make me healthy. But human nature is, it's easier not to do that. So recognizing and understanding human nature and being able to capitalize off of that to make money. Now, you don't want to make money off of people's, despair, but ask yourself, how can you profit from the after effects of the coronavirus? What behavioral changes will people make, and how can you be of service to those behavioral changes? Okay, so today's show, real quick, before we close it on out, entrepreneur lessons you should have learned from the coronavirus. This is an uncharted territory, family. This is something that we've never seen before. So I know it's crazy, but you stay focused as an entrepreneur. Do the things that you're supposed to do, and make sure, once again, you start zigging when they're zagging. So real quick rehash. Lesson number one, never have only one stream of income. Number two, you should start a business before a crisis, not because of a crisis. You should already be in the game. You can't win the game if you're not in the game. And you cannot time the market. I don't care what anybody tells you, be it the stock market or the entrepreneur market. You got to be in it to win it. Lesson three, if you're in the process of starting a business for the coronavirus started, keep pushing forward. A lot of people put their thing on pause. That is the absolute worst thing to do, because 99% of the people are putting their thing on pause. Say you had the same idea, the same concept, somebody else, and they decide to put it on pause. Now, what you do, you keep pushing forward, and when everything opens up, you're in a position to be profitable while they're back there scratching their head talking about, man, I should have done that. So that was number three. If you were starting a business during the virus, continue to push forward. Number four, always have an income stream for a good economy, an income stream for a bad economy, and an income stream for a neutral economy. All right? That's how you protect yourself all around. Okay? Now, one business may be able to take care of all three economies. Okay? So if you're a lawyer that does residential mortgage closings and you also do foreclosures, it doesn't matter if the economy is good or bad. You can make money in either one, and a neutral economy. All right? Number five, always be building assets for your business. Always build assets for your business. Okay? You'll never know when you're going to need those assets and when they're going to come in handy. So if you have an idea for, an online course, or if you have an idea for a book, you have an idea for whatever, you can build those assets. If they're not income producing assets right away, then you got to prioritize. Okay? And the way I prioritize, there's certain things, that you have to get done, and there are things that you can get done at a later time. All right? So there's critical tasks. That means, and this is just the way I use it, critical task to me means that if I don't get this task done, I can't go to the next step. So that's a critical task. Primary task means it's very important, but it's not stopping me from moving forward. And the secondary task is exactly what it says, is secondary. All right. So always be building assets. All right. Number six, control as much of the vertical integration as you can. We talked about that all the way from production, manufacturing, to distribution. If you can control that vertical, then you're going to have better margins probably, and also better control. So if you're a product producer right now and you're waiting for product from China, that means you're at their mercy. Okay. And a lot of people are, in this situation right now. But if you can control that vertical, it's much better for you. Okay. Number seven, when people zig, you should zag. That's what I was talking about. 99% of the people are zigging. You as an entrepreneur need to be zagging. Look again, number three, a lot of these prospective entrepreneurs who started their businesses, now they on pause. You're not on pause. You're full speed ahead. What my man say, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. That's it. That's how you need to be thinking. And finally, number eight, ask yourself, how can you profit from the after effects of the coronavirus? What type of behavioral changes will people make going forward? And how can you be of service to them? That's today's show, family. Episode number 302, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 Black entrepreneur podcast in the world, family. Rocking over 5 years, 300 plus episodes. And I say this each and every time at the end of the episode, guys, this wouldn't be possible without you. people always come up to me and they email me, DM me, man, thank you so much. But I want to thank the BEB family, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay, I do it because I get response, and people they gravitate toward me because I'm trying to give them this good word. My experience is good and bad. I'm not a guru, right? I'm a duru. The things I talk about, I do. So you'll have a lot of people out there talking about stuff that they've never done before. And so I just want to thank the BEB family, and I'm asking you, please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the YouTube channel. Make sure you connect with all the resources I have. Everything, if you're watching on YouTube, is down below. Click the subscribe and like button and any of the appropriate links that you want to below for the resources, and to connect with me via social media. If you're watching this or listening to this on a regular podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, any of your major podcast platforms, just go to bebconnect.com, and all of those links I just talked about will be there. bebconnect.com. Love you guys. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.